What is up, everyone? Welcome into episode 130 of The Scope, an FPS podcast where we talk about stuff that's going on with FPS games. I'm one of your co-hosts, Crash, joined by one of my other co-hosts, Blue. What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
BlueTheRobot, infamous Star
Hello.
Citizen, Stalker, and Deadside content creator. How are you?
You know, I'm doing good. Funny enough, someone mentioned that as well too. They're like, "Oh, look, it's a stalker in space."
Yeah, there you go. On your Star Citizen vid?
They're like, "Oh, you can be a stalker in space." I was like,
That's
"Hell
right.
yeah!"
That's right. It goes with you wherever you go. Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, Buff had some work stuff come up and he is not able to make it today. So the show went on and we miss him, and hope he's doing all right with the work that can be. It is a thing for many of us, and it's a thing that happens. That has to happen. So it's just you're stuck with me and Blue today. So sorry about it.
Sorry, guys. I know. Yeah, I know you don't like that, but
Get wrecked.
it's fine.
Yeah, man. You know what I did? I've been playing a
What'd you
fair
do?
amount of Hunt Showdown. I finally did it.
What? Ian hit me up.
I've been-
Wow.
Well, it's only teams of 3, so I had me and Ham and Katie. Who I
That's
played
true.
with a fair
That's true.
amount.
That's
And
true.
It was like, man, I don't know if
How'd you like it,
I liked it
or
I
not
get
like it, or you did like it? Okay.
I did. I get why people.
Okay.
I get why people enjoy it. I've only talked about it on this podcast for like 2 years. That I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, and I never have. And I
You
finally
did it.
And
It only took another cowboy to come into the mix.
That's right. That's right. And everything that people have said about the audio is 100% correct. The audio is incredible,
Dude,
man.
right? Oh my god, the footsteps, the ambiance, just everything, man.
Yeah. The audio is really, really nice.
Audio cues are insane, especially when it's just everything is there to help you or to not help you as well.
The old cry engine. It's got to get audio.
I forget. Yeah, it's CryEngine as well too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from Crytek.
I remember when the question was, can it run Crisis?
Yeah. That now it's can it run Gray Zone?
No, it's can it run modded Minecraft?
That's the biggest question. But man, yeah, I kind of want to play some more Hunt these days. And I did. As a nearly 40-year-old, I made it to Emerald in Rainbow Six on PC.
I saw that on Twitter. Yeah,
Made it. I did it. So I'm still got it. Still got the aim. Still got the reflexes. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
I still want to see a like a beer league of old men esports league. Like how you
Just a
have,
bunch of U's on a stage.
yeah, a bunch of me's. Like how you have like beer leagues for like hockey and like softball. Like in my area, there's a lot of old men like play softball and stuff. And
Surprised that's not a thing already. You know what? When I open up my gaming lounge and I got an esports stage, I'll set one up for you and I'll invite you out.
yeah, we'll
Yeah,
get a
I'll
stack
fly you
together of 40-year-olds and just dominate. That'd be sweet. I was like,
You can't join the team unless you have a minimum of one child, been married for 10 plus years, and a slight beer belly.
oh man, check, and check. I'm
Check.
ready. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. How have you been?
But you can't wear a hat. You have to have the stadium stage lights point directly at your bald head.
That's
So.
going to be a problem for your production team then, because I'm going to blind everyone.
Just
Yeah. With my baldness.
Oh jeez.
How to get you? Ooh, getting bad up there.
Shave it. Go full bald, bro.
Well, I
Just
mean,
full
I
egghead.
pretty much do just like shave it like with the shortest guard and just shave.
You won't do like
once.
the fine shave.
I've never gone like straight to like the skin. I feel like I got a lumpy, like a knobby head. Like I must have got dropped when I was little, which explains a lot of stuff. But like I got like indentions and stuff. I don't know, man.
Exactly. Yeah. Go full Mr. Clean.
I should. Full Mr. Clean. That'd be sweet.
Oh man.
What were you up to this weekend? Did you have any action going on?
I saw Deadpool and Wolverine.
I bet that's funny. Was it good?
It was actually hilarious. It was good. It was good. It was a good movie experience. Sat in one of those nice comfy chairs. Someone brought their 10-year-old and sat right next to us.
Sick.
You know, so it was fun. But yeah, overall, good movie. I'd watch it again once it comes to like, you know, a streaming service for sure. I'd definitely give it another watch.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's things I missed. So
I think
I hate it though, because like the trailer, I mean, it didn't show a lot. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it definitely showed enough, you know, that I knew about certain things that were gonna happen. So I was like, dang, I kind of wish, and especially like nowadays, I watch a lot of movie trailers on YouTube. And when I saw the previews, every single except maybe like one movie, I saw all those already. So it's like I gotta maybe just stop watching movie trailers so that I can enjoy them when I go to the movies. So
yeah.
It's also expensive going to the movies.
It
too,
is,
man.
it's
like,
insane.
dude,
There's also,
I mean, I had to use like a military discount just to get a decent price on movie tickets, and even then, they didn't have it. So I called. They're like, I was like, "Do you guys get military discount?" They're like, "No, but if you click on senior citizen and just show us your military ID, well, we'll give you the discount." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I bought 2 senior citizen movie tickets. Nice, which is still like $28 for 2 movie
like
tickets.
I'm old enough that's like the last thing I get to look forward to is senior citizen discounts.
Yeah, that's like the last thing you got left.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all downhill from here.
AARP starts calling.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In COD for a long time, you know, you could put in the clan tag in Call of Duty. I ran the AARP clan tag for quite a while in COD.
I did. I think I remember seeing that actually.
I need to put that back on there. It's pretty funny.
Do it, man. But
it was a good time. There's a place to watch movies in the city I live by where it's 21 and older, big comfy chairs, and you can order alcoholic drinks and stuff. And
nice. I like those those type of movie theaters, like the smaller ones. I know there is one, and I kind of want to go see Twisters in this one.
Yeah.
It's a 4DX movie theater. So the chairs move, the wind blows, there's a smell accent. So
no, I don't know about
I'd go watching Twisters though, like middle of a tornado and a freaking, I mean, then again, you experience it in real life, so maybe it might be different for you. But me, I've never been near a tornado or seen one. So.
Yeah, man, that would traumatize me. Maybe I would.
you go, and the wind's blowing at you. There's water spraying at you.
Yeah, and I'm just running out of the theater looking for the lowest interior room of my house.
The chair's shaking.
Stay away from windows.
And me, I'm just like, whoa!
Get to the basement of the lowest interior room in your house now.
That's why my favorite ride at Universal Studios was the Twister ride.
Don't try to get in your car and outrun it. And if you're mobile home, seek sturdier shelter now. I just repeating everything the weatherman says. I might snap. Yeah, I might snap.
Ooh, Top Gun and 40X, whatever, 4D, whatever. That would be sick. That would
be sick.
Can I feel like the G forces though? That's what I want to know.
What if they put you in a centrifuge? Just spun you around real fast. This podcast is off in the moments. Yeah. This is off track. But it's all right.
But gaming wise, what I game? Just sticking with some Stalker Gamma right now. I'm doing like an Iron Man run where I only have a certain amount of lives. You can have it to where you only have 1 life and then it deletes your save.
Ooh.
I have it where it's 5 lives. I've already lost 2. 1 because I died from a giant boar, and another one is because I was being dumb and I fought in an arena match and I got killed. So I lost 2 out of 5. And then every 5 days I earn a life in 5 games in game 5 days. So it's it makes it a lot, you know, it's different because now you really have to take things slow. I'm usually just sprinting everywhere. Enjoying that. I was trying to get that done before September 5th when Stalker 2 was going to release, but we'll talk about that later. And then what else have I been playing? I did buy Into the Radius 2, which I'm going to be playing here soon. I'm excited for that, which is again the VR game. Everyone that I've seen, they said looks amazing. There are a couple I didn't think it was, I mean, it's early access, so I expect a couple bugs here and there, especially with VR, with like hand tracking and stuff like that. But other than that, it looks gorgeous. I mean, there is people were comparing it to like Half-Life Alex, so I'm really,
Oh,
excuse
yeah.
me, excited to see that. Yeah, to see like the graphical fidelity compared from the first one to now.
Yeah, that's really cool because I felt like Half-Life Alex was like a step above. Like normally when you can tell right away, like, oh, that's VR. But then when I saw Half-Life Alex, I'm like, damn, that looks like almost as good at graphics as like just a standard game, but VR.
Yeah.
Feels like a big step up.
It sucks because like it I think the best way to enjoy like Half-Life Alex specifically is through a Valve Index. It was like specifically meant for that. So I'm hoping that my Quest 2 can kind of keep up with it. Um, but we'll see. And then, it's different when you're trying to record as well too. There's a lot more that goes into the recording aspect for VR games.
Oh, I bet. Ew.
Yeah. And then I got back into some Star Citizen, Top Gun in space, as they call it,
So as a game that's seemingly indefinitely going to be developed, was there a big difference from last time you played? Are there a lot of improvements?
Yeah, I think it was actually a year actually to the day. I think it was funny when I uploaded the video, or when I was editing the video for the next day, I noticed that it was July 25th of 2023 was the last Star Citizen video I uploaded. So I was like, damn, okay, it's been a full year. I went in, I saw the UI changes, a couple mission updates. They added a new system, like a whole new like PvP only system, kind of like the Wild West, which is kind of cool. But other than that, performance still down the shitter for some moments. It's like, again, it's that same old thing. When it works, it's amazing, and when it doesn't, oh, you feel it. So
yeah,
it's mainly still the server FPS, not your like performance FPS. But because of the performance FPS gets dragged down by the server FPS, it kind of sucks. But when you get a good server, man, I'm pushing like 100 frames, like easy. Especially with the 4079. I was playing with the 2060 before.
Sweet.
When I played with a buddy of mine. It was his first time doing co-op. We got into a ship. We did some bunker raids. We got some PvE fights. There wasn't any PvP in this one. And yeah, it was interesting to get back into. But other than that, that's pretty much all I've been playing. Some Deadside I played a little bit earlier today. And I know we'll talk about that later as well. So yeah.
All right, man. This Stalker Delay, dude. Let's get into it. And I feel, dude, I felt the most deja vu ever, because there's been so many Stalker Delays, I feel like. And every single time I see a Stalker Delay on Twitter, my first thought is, oh, Blue. Oh, I feel bad for you, because I know you're really excited for that one. Your channel's ready for it and like all that stuff. And every time I'm like,
it's gearing up. It's gearing up for sure. I mean, it gives me more time to hit 10K subs. So, I was supposed to hit it by, I was going to try to hit it by September 5th. I'm close to 9K. I'm at like 89.30 or something like that. But yeah, we'll see. And then with the whole Stalker 2 delay, there's been, what was it? Man, it's like a divide down the middle when it comes to the community. There's people out there that are saying, just give it more time. We understand, but people are saying, man, this is the fourth delay that people know of. People,
right?
I think the fourth delay. But they're like, oh, but it's GSC. Take a look at their history when it comes to like, I was actually watching the video on the development of the first Stalker game. And even that one back in like, I think one of the original release dates was like 2003, 2004 or something like that. And they delayed over and over and over again as well too. So, I mean, it's kind of the reason behind those delays is because they tried to do more than what was feasible at the time. Like they were trying to make it to the point where like an NPC could complete the game before you. Like it would basically, the game would complete itself and you just be doing your thing. So, Yeah, it's kind of like it's a little reminiscent of that because I think this is like supposed to be the culmination of everything what Stalker like in their vision is. Um, and then also people keep bringing up the war in Ukraine and stuff like that. And from what I've been told, and I haven't, like it's kind of hard to find very specific articles on it. I might, have not looked in the right spots. Maybe it's on a Ukrainian website or something. But like, you know, I know one of the developers did, sadly pass away during that conflict, and
Oh
then
dang.
yeah, he went out and he was fighting, and then they had to move from Ukraine to Poland. So I think now they have an office in Poland, or they've always had one. Again, it's very there's people that will say give them more time because of that. Others are saying we can only give them so many chances, and it's just like I don't know. I feel like I'm caught in the middle because I do understand of the reasoning behind it of like delaying because it's just not ready. And then even funny enough, one of the apparently there was an internal tester actually that actually hopped into my video. I'm actually gonna bring that comment up because he actually said some pretty interesting things. Oh, I hate hearing my voice sometimes. Okay, here we go. He
Me
says,
too.
I am one of the internal game testers of the game, and I have to tell you that the delay is needed. The game is not in the best form at the moment, and to make sure you guys are getting the best version of it, free of bugs and errors, delaying the release was the best thing we can do. Thank you and trust the process. And it makes me wonder, is delaying it from September to November enough time to fix everything? Like, how
Yeah.
bad was it, you know, to go from September 5th to now November 20th is a new release date. And then, but August 12th, they did say that they're going to be releasing a developer deep dive, including a full play session, like a gameplay video of one of the quests. I don't know if it's going to be a story quest, a side mission, but we'll see. And that's the running joke. It's like, wait until November 20th. They're going to announce another delayed date. And it's like, and I said in my video, I was like, I'd rather at this point, I'm tired of games because this isn't the only game that's delayed within this year, even the past 4 years.
No,
There's
this
so
feels
many
like a
games out
broken
there that are
record
just delayed.
conversation.
For 100%, man. I'm just tired of like people, I think developers and companies, and maybe it's Microsoft, putting their 2 cents into this. But then for one of the internal game testers to leave a comment on my video and be like, "Hey, it does need more time." It's like, okay, cool, but like I said earlier, does 2 months extra give you that amount of time, or do you need more? But then is Microsoft eventually like, because it's going to be on Game Pass, I believe. It's one of their big flagship titles now at this point is Stalker. Is going to be bringing a lot of people into the franchise. And is Microsoft in the background saying, "Hey, you need to hurry up," or are they saying to stop, or there's more money involved in this and more pressure and more hype built around this? Because I mean, this Stalker 2 was supposed to, I think, release back in like 2012, 2013, back in the day or something like that, and then it got
Yeah.
canceled. So
And with the
yeah.
hype, you're also getting like to go along with that. They're going to be hyping it up even more. It looks like on August 12th, there's going to be like a deep dive thing where they're going to show off more stuff. That's what I'm reading on their Twitter post.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the developer deep dive. I'm curious to see exactly what they show. I know there was people that were saying at the Summer Games Fest when they were testing it out there, people were saying there was some screen tearing. Some people had to restart completely when they were playing a quest, and they get to a game breaking bug where they had to just start from scratch. So and then of course the running joke. They even mentioned it, funny enough, on the Twitter post, like a lot of people say, what's a Stalker game without bugs, or AKA anomalies?
Yeah.
And funny enough, GSE put that in a Twitter post. Even the video itself, it was they were making fun of themselves of a colonel comes over, like, your PDA or whatever, voice communication you have, saying that the zone has been, is off limits, is, until further notice. And then your character in game, he goes, "Damn it, not again!" Or really, he goes, "Really again?" You know, so they
Yeah.
understand that the multiple delays is taking people off, so they kind of put that in as a joke. Um, and then he pulls up the PDA, and there it is, November 20th. You know, so it was funny. I'm glad they, you know, they're self aware, which is nice. Again, I'm just a little worried that you know, 2 months doesn't seem like a lot of time.
Yeah, it doesn't. But maybe if like the game's actually like done and there it is just bug squashing, maybe you could get a lot done in that time. Hunt down stuff
Maybe
in the
I'm
code
also
and get it
like
fixed.
I also wonder too because they now have the multiplayer aspect, so there is going to be PvP modes. So is there something wrong with the PvP modes? And it's also coming out to Xbox Series S and PC. So that's a big like technological gap between like an extremely expensive PC build to an Xbox Series S. And people were saying that this game might, you know, feels like it would be a downgrade because they have to optimize and make it compatible for the Xbox consoles compared to a PC. Because originally it was just PC title only, you know. So now that it's also coming out for console, um, you know, it took how long for the original franchise, the three games, to just now come out to console? Um, so I don't know. Well, again, it's just another story of we'll wait and see. Um,
Yeah.
but I guess, you know, it's funny also too. I'm about to go see that the Stalker short film on August 12th. So now I have a developer deep dive and a short film to go see. So yeah, I'm also curious. What do you think about like games releasing on older consoles? You know, I know that comes up in a lot of FPS games nowadays of just like, do we move on? When is it right to move on? How many years does it take? Like they just shut down the Microsoft store for Xbox 360, like just now, like just
Yeah.
I think 2 days ago or yesterday or today, something like that. You know?
Yeah, it's a really fine line. I mean, because on on one hand, it's holding back current gen consoles because they do crossplay and trying to make similar versions work across all consoles, so it holds them back. And then at the same time, it's like how I get so yeah. At the same time, it's like you're kind of like shortchanging the people. Like, why don't you cut it off and so everybody can use their consoles to the fullest extent and graphics cards and stuff? That's like a huge deal. What my proposition would be less or more time in between console generations, but make it more of a hard cutoff. So like your console when you buy it will last a long time. Make it a little longer, a few more years, but then when the switch happens, make it like a pretty hard switch with like a year or two buffer is all. Because I mean, yeah, there's so many games, even
How
Call of
long
Duty.
is long, you know?
Yeah, Call of Duty is going to be on PS4 and Xbox One this next year
Wait,
again.
really?
Still,
The
yeah,
new Black Ops?
yeah.
Hey, that's a little bit. I mean, how it's been
It's
what
a
over
lot of money
10
for them
years
though.
now?
There's still a lot of people
Maybe
that play those, and that's
that's I don't know.
more people in that microtransaction store. Got to keep it.
True. Yeah, yeah. 2013, man. It's been over 10 years since the Xbox One released, man. Like,
Whew,
at
it's a
that,
long time.
I think I was gonna say like 10 years is a lot, but then also console prices can get pretty expensive nowadays as well too. You know,
Yeah,
and
supply
by the
chain.
time they're affordable, next the next ones have been out for a minute. You know, so
Yeah, I guess it depends on if China invades Taiwan. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Seriously though, there's a lot of technology that comes out of that place. So,
Yeah,
uh, but yeah, so we'll see with Stalker 2. There's a little 45-second video on the GSC Game World YouTube. Um, and we will just have to wait and see, as per usual on this show. That's all we cover nowadays. Is we'll wait and see.
yep. That's another reason. Like Bush said in chat, like I like that's a cool part about my PC is I can just kind of upgrade it as we go, and the operating system and the game stay the same.
Yeah. I did also like what I've seen it before where games do get built for PC first and then ported over for console, because like most of the resources do get put for the PC version, and then they can, once the PC version's done, they have like a small team for updates and hot fixes. Most of that team could head over and start working on console. But then you'll have console guys like, hurry up and release for this, this console. When is it coming out for this console? It's just like there's no winning in each situation, I feel like.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, I was gonna kind of talk just a little bit of a Call of Duty update. Again, we are like pretty much exactly a month away from Call of Duty Next, which admittedly I will be interested in because it looks like this Call of Duty is gonna have a lot of multiplayer support. Multiplayer was so the such a bummer again. Like the support for Call of Duty this year in Modern Warfare 3 for multiplayer was almost unprecedented. They got a ton of new maps and content for multiplayer in MW3, probably because they weren't working on like Ground War and kind of that other stuff that some of the older ones have been. But there's been a lot of stuff leaked. I'm just playing some stuff. I haven't got to watch it yet. I thought there'd be a list of the stuff that's been leaked. You can see the AS Val on there right now, and some of the guns that have been like talked about and shown so far in the reveal. But as far as it goes, like I just hope that it's good, it's balanced, and essentially there's footsteps and search is good, because it kind of looks like it's shaping up to be another similarly supported multiplayer year with what they have planned. And then they're starting out with 16 maps. What's cool about this year is they are 16 all new maps, so it's not remastered, it's not any of that stuff. So it'll be 16 new maps, which will be pretty refreshing. That's a good number. And then 40 plus new weapons is what's been seen so far.
Damn.
So that's kind of what's up with Black Ops 6. Again, we're a month out. I'm really hoping for footstep, or just a reasonable amount of footstep audio. Black Ops has always kind of traditionally had like a ninja perk which quiets them down, but it hasn't been fully dead silent like we've seen in Modern Warfare. And maybe they have something like a flex perk or something to counteract it. It still blows my mind. Like you go back and play, we played some Cutthroat, which is a 3v3v3 mode in Call of Duty. We played a little of that this weekend, and it's still, man, everybody's silent. I don't understand how you can try to balance a multiplayer game and have 100% of the players using a perk. Every single person's using a perk, and there's not a counter for it, and they just left it. They didn't balance it at all. It's so wild to me. Very annoying.
Ooh, the SR3 Vicar. Ooh, nice.
So that. Yeah, there's some cool guns. I was kind of breezing through it a little bit. What
got the 9mm M4. Oh god, it's one of the ugliest M4 variants.
The shrimp or whatever from
yeah,
Tarkov's gonna be in there. That pistol that shoots the weird. I can't remember what weird ass caliber it is.
I don't know, man. The movement looks good in this one. I know everyone's talking about the omnidirectional movement still.
Yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be, man. Yeah, I'm so frustrated that nobody makes like a search and destroy type game that's reasonable, like that's accessible and easy to play. Because COD's like really
looking
the
only
one.
X-Defiant.
I don't know what they're doing. What's the over-under on when they're gonna shut that thing down, man? I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know. I just saw a video from Jay Bowen, and I haven't like watched it, but I saw the title. It was like proving that X-Defiant is nowhere near dead. I don't know how true that statement is or not.
Huh. I don't know. I don't feel like I hear a ton about it, but yeah, hopefully they get a bomb mode that's. It's supposed to be. They said ASAP, so I don't know what ASAP means.
That's true. That's true.
For a game that's been delayed more times than Stalker, about as many times as Stalker. Yeah. Probably more.
A little bit more, but like for longer periods.
Yeah, you have to take it with a grain of salt what soon means from those folks. But we'll see. 40 plus new weapons and 16 maps sounds pretty good on the surface. I just hope it's reasonable, but the same things are going to plague. The aim assist is going to be super strong again. We can talk about that. We've seen data leaked from that, how ridiculous strong it is. That's not even a topic, a conversation. And yeah, I wish there was more like input based matchmaking would be pretty cool. And then the latest thing that Call of Duty has seen is a massive influx of cheaters because Modern Warfare 3 went to Game Pass. And on Game Pass, you can get your first month for $1. So people are signing up with emails for Game Pass, getting Call of Duty for $1 and just cheating their asses off. And then if they get banned, it's another $1 for another one with a different email. And so I don't know how anyone could foreseen this at Microsoft, how anyone could have ever expected such a crazy notion that people would cheat if they could get cheap accounts. Wow. Breaking news. Yeah. So that's the thing. I guess there's a cheat where they're on PC Game Pass and they emulate an Xbox somehow, because a lot of the people cheating, it shows them as playing on the Xbox platform and just running all these cheats, and Warzone is allegedly pretty unplayable right now. So yeah, man, I'm just hopeful. Like, I just go back and forth in my mind. It's like, normally I just kind of like to get excited for COD every year because I can have some fun in the multiplayer, but anymore, the thoughts of like excitement of seeing what's new gets outweighed by the fact that most of it's repurposed and it's gonna have ridiculous skins and microtransactions, probably crazy busted omni movement that's gonna make aim assist even stronger. And yeah,
I mean, I haven't played since Modern Warfare 2, and I think it's like I always kind of just I play one COD and then I skip the next one, especially if it's such a close time window. And I mean, Modern Warfare 3 was just a upgraded DLC for Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion, from everything I've seen. So this looks a lot different. Again, it's a Sledgehammer, correct? No, sorry, Treyarch. A Sledgehammer is before, sorry. Yeah, so Treyarch. Still, I think I don't know. It's like I would say I like Treyarch better, but then their last Black Ops game didn't do so hot either. So I mean, but then again, it's weird. I've also seen people that said the last Black Ops game, the revamp, yeah, for Cold War, yeah, that's what it. It's weird. I don't know. But regardless, I've seen now people saying, "Oh, it's a great Call of Duty." It's like, weren't people bashing it when it first came out?
Yeah, that's just the Call of Duty cycle.
That's what I've noticed every time, and it's like, not watch. You're gonna see in like another 4 years. Man, 103 was great.
Yeah, not me. I won't ever say that, but I've despised it.
I don't know. I just love the leaning around the corners as well too. It's like automatic. I'm curious how it feels. I mean, it looks good, but it's gonna be like an automatic movement instead of something that you do on your own. Instead of just like, especially if you're on controller, like LB RB to lean or something like that. It's gonna be automatic. So I don't know if what if it messes you up? If you're trying to peek a corner, and also like the automatic. Well, that too, yeah. But or like the automatic movement as well too, like automatically jumping over a wall or climbing a fence and stuff like that. Like, what if I get too close and I sprint by accident? My guy, if I'm trying to stay behind cover, all of a sudden he's on top of a wall and now I'm exposed.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how it works, like how the omni movement works.
I know you can turn it off though. You can turn off the auto stuff.
Yeah, that'll be
auto climbing and vaulting. So
you'll probably try to go up to cover and then it'll auto mantle. You'll die and you'll throw your computer out the window.
So
I mean, I would never do that. I would never get angry at a video game. So yeah, that's what's going on with COD. Not too much to talk about other than it was just kind of on my mind, like seeing the maps and stuff out and about in the world you can find, and some of the weapons and stuff, and thinking about the Omni movement, and we're a month out from seeing what it's all about. So I have a minute amount of hope for it, just a tiny bit. Hopefully it's all right,
just a little bit.
The next thing I was gonna talk about was the Gray Zone roadmap. I did a video. I was able to get.
I did watch that one.
Some behind the scenes info. I guess I have to do a public apology. I messed up. I didn't even realize I said it. Mara said they wanted to add like the bullet trajectories and stuff to the death screen, and I accidentally said kill cam. So everybody thought that there was going to be kill cams added, and then everybody's like, "No, who said that?" And then it was me. So I screwed that up.
Whoops.
Did not even realize I said it. Did not even realize I
Just
said it.
make a pinned comment. Didn't mean to say kill cam and to say bullet trajectory.
Yep. So I got roasted for that, and there are a bunch of hostile people in the comments that the game is dead and there's not enough going on with it and all that stuff. And
I was just having a conversation with my community members, and they were kind of saying the same thing. And it's like, I feel your guys's, a lot of them are always saying it released too soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be, and yeah. If everything was perfect and they had all the funding, I would agree. That it would have been awesome for them to take another couple years and have this stuff already done that's on this roadmap. And then I guess so. I should also say with the caveat, they kind of gave us an overview of what's going to be on the roadmap. They have not sent out the final one of what it's going to be yet. They're still seeing what they can get done and when. So yeah, it's going to be a slow process, man. It's going to be, and I mean, it's going to end up being even like faster than Tarkov, but that was a long time. And it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be on pace with some other games and how long they took. It just, public perception probably would be better if they could have done more of this ahead of time. Like the overall, I just feel like the overall production of it and development is actually pretty fast for what they've done. They got it to where it's at in just a couple years. So that's pretty fast. And then if they can get all this in 2 years, like if you look at that body of work and say, from here to 1.0 took 4 years when other less complicated games took longer, it's going to be pretty cool. But right now, it's going to be tough, like to wait. The wait's going to be a little bit brutal because it's going to take some time. And like they said, it's only 20% done. And where you have, and I get where people are coming from 100% because I'm impatient too. I wish this stuff would come faster because there's not, the player numbers are down quite a bit. People are waiting for updates, and I just want to see it like work out. And it's gonna be a long road to get there. So I did get to see the day-night cycle, like what they have so far, and it's crazy. It looks good. Like the game looks crazy.
The developer briefing in the email. That's about it, though.
Oh, did you check it out? Did you look at it?
I still got the email. Yeah, of course. That's still under embargo, correct? Like, can't show.
Yeah, we can't show it, right?
Okay, well, we could talk about it though.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And he, Mara said, it's going to be a couple years until 1.0. I guess what's the next thing? Is going to be, so in the next patch is going to be day-night cycle. The newer AK models like AK-12s and 15s and stuff. And then they're going to add weapon durability, but the ability to fix weapons and armor isn't coming until the next patch, like 6 months later. And their cadence is going to be like release a patch, a month of hot fixes and getting it going, 4 months development on the next patch, a month of testing, then release. So it's like 4 months of development on the big patches with the new features and stuff, and a month buffer on each side is like their cadence and stuff that they want to keep up.
So about 6 months in between, pretty much.
Yeah, they're going for a 6 month cadence on this stuff, and then it's gonna be, they're talking about stuff in like early 2026. It's gonna be like the 0.5 update, so it's gonna be a couple years of work on it.
But the thing about it, there's a lot of games that will come out with that development cycle that will, I think, look outdated by that time arrives, and this game won't, for sure. That you don't have to worry about that at all. For me, it's still I know lore was mentioned as well too.
Yep. So that's the next patch.
I'm excited for that too. Yeah, that one I'm really excited for. I want to see more of the lore. I want to start seeing anomalies and that roadside picnic flair,
That's when they think the game will really kind of start to come into its own a lot more, so after the day night cycle is 0.2, 0.3 will be 6 months after that. and that's one they said they're going to be focused on storytelling, lore, and the weather simulation. So, and when they say simulation, it's going to be they want to make it more than just particles on the screen. They really want the weather changes to feel immersive. And there's going to be like logbooks and newspapers you can find and read and discover and decipher what happened here. But
yeah, man,
he said like the roadside picnic stuff, and all the in-game stuff in Ground Zero, that's going to be the big reveal for 1.0 when the game launches. So they're keeping that under wraps until that's like the big.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, get the game mechanically sound and immersive, and then you can really start adding those in.
But you get a lot more lead up to that, and then there'll be weapons and armor repair in that one. The Bryn 3 is going to be there, like the CZ platforms. And a big jump in AI improvement will be in 0.3. They're iterating on AI the whole time, like every patch, but they're targeting 0.3 for some big AI improvements and changes. And then at the end of next year, so like a year from now, they're going to add skills. So that'll be a big deal because they're making skills a lot different. If we go by what they said pre-launch, skills are going to be like something you have to go do a quest line with like an NPC with to get better skills. It's not like Tarkov where they just level up in the background. And then that's also in 0.4 at the end of 2025 is where they're going to add like the fobs where you can take different factions can take over and have access to vendors there and spawn there, which is cool. And then also they're adding the rogue PMC so you can get like banished from your faction. If you do a certain quest line, it'd be like a rogue. And the rogues can still take fobs and stuff, so that's pretty cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And then early 26, 0.5 is going to be crafting workbenches, a new vendor for that, the HK platform, and then that's going to be getting close to 1.0 with probably.
Yeah, we really are in it for the long haul. Holy crap.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he did mention after 1.0, if everything's going well, they want to try to potentially port to console.
Yeah, I know people kept mentioning that as well too. That's like every Gray Zone video, every comment, there's at least one.
Yep. There's a new hotfix coming this week too. There's like a new patch. And then coming with 0.2, there's going to be like diagonal sprinting. They're making faction patches on the sleeves so you can see who's in what faction. The bullet paths and stuff. DLSS and FSR version upgrades are being worked on. The night cycles having actual star maps from Laos, the place it's based on. So like the stars are in the places that they would.
Will that patch, the DLSS and FSR, come before the day night cycle?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I just said they're actively working on that.
It's really just that's all I need right now is the optimization overall, and then the AI not an overhaul, but the fixes.
Yeah.
For that, so.
Yeah, and the AI, like Mara said, he knows the AI sucks. Like he knows that they're working on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he said it. He's a really honest dude. Like he's.
I get it, but I got cursed out for saying that. Okay, and then the lead developer said it. All right, thanks, guys.
The loads and reload canceling's coming. Backpack looting's coming. They're making the helicopter pass more efficient where they can come from any part of the map. There's valuable items coming soon that should be in the next patch. So that's really cool. You'll be able to find valuable items and you won't have to do missions to get money if you want to just go around and be a hooligan. Faction Messenger is coming soon. Full radio is also in the works. Temperature and stuff's going to affect durability. Like if you shoot the gun and get it really hot, it'll degrade faster. They're making some good progress with CPU stuff and how Unreal uses the CPU. And they did something really cool with night vision. So they tried to make night vision realistic they had a single tube night vision. And they had the night vision on the screen. It was the white phosphor. And then, how you have to set, like it has a night vision, I guess, has a pretty shallow depth of field.
Yeah.
So they had it set to where your gun was pretty blurry. Your reticle's good. Like on your EOTech, it's still sharp.
Yeah. If you have the right EOTech for it now.
Right. and then but your gun was blurry, but they had it to where your like left eye was off, was like not covered, and they're making it to where you can cant the gun. So like long range and stuff, you can be on your night vision eye, and then if you want to see something up close, you can cant the gun, or if you go into somewhere that's brighter, you can cant the gun and use your gun on your non-night vision eye too.
On your left eye. Interesting. Cool. So. Yeah, I was wondering how they were going to implement, because I've where some night vision, it's just I've seen more dual tubes where they'll just like almost like kind of blur out the outside, but you still kind of see your peripheral. Yeah, okay, I do. Yeah, I'm excited for that as well too. But
so yeah,
again, a lot of things I'm excited for. Just gotta wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be a waiting game. I was gonna see if they put out the patch notes for what's on the test server now. I can't remember. But yeah, I'd have to look. I wonder, did they tweet that out? I'm not sure. This is how good I am at doing a podcast, guys. Let me see. I'm sure they did. Wait. Offense 0.1.2 is live. No. Test server. No, that's not the test server. Join our improvement task force. Is always live for testing. Okay. It's just got fixes for VoIP related bugs and crashes, additional fixes to bulletproof glass and surfaces. Too many items in nested containers no longer lead to an online persistence error, and added a GPU debugging tool to help investigate crashes. That's the main things. So it's just like another fixes patch. It's not content.
The hot fix specifically. Yeah.
Content will be a while.
And that's what people are waiting for, man.
Yep, I think so. I just feel like the game's really not going to start to feel like what it is until that 0.3, and that's like going to be mid 2025. That's going to be like a year from now. I think.
Yeah, I mean, people keep comparing it to Tarkov and stuff like that, and once they get to that point, and I think even closer to like that 1.0 release, it'll really, like you said, come into its own. When people start to see what the vision was all along, because it's kind of hard to see if you're not like on top of all the news and videos and updates. If you're not on top of it, you're gonna just see it as another extraction shooter with like a limited loot pool, and people get rich quick. So the just again, I think that lore element that really starts to come into play. Will everyone start reading newspapers on the side of the road? No. Some people just want strictly just the PvP aspect of it. I know for me though, like I said, I'm excited for that in particular. Especially once Rilo found the first anomaly of that weird like wind tunnel through the trees, and it was just awkward there. I think someone even made it into the middle of Ground Zero. I think I saw a video of it, of someone just made it into it, and nothing was there. It was just, again, more trees. And I don't know if there was even radiation where he was, which was kind of weird, because it was like dead center. Like he took a screenshot of himself in the middle.
Yeah. No, there's radiation now. It'll smoke you now. But they're working on building that stuff out, and that'll be 1.0 when you get the full final timeline of the story.
Yeah.
So
but even if they start incorporating those like, again, I bring everything back to like Stalker Anomaly, because right now that is the most immersive survival game out there, and it's kind of influenced by Roadside Picnic, and then with the whole modding scene, like when it rains, like your gas mask starts getting raindrops, so you got to wipe it off and stuff like that. I can imagine seeing that in Gray Zone, where like you have to, you'll see like the weapon get drenched with water, and imagine if a storm starts hitting, and all of a sudden you see like the trees and the wind and the rain just start lashing, and it'll make visibility even lower. Yeah, there's just so much into it.
Yep. I really hope it can get there.
Yeah, I just do you think I'm someone was like like how long do you think it'll last before people before it just like dies off completely? And I was like, I don't know if it'll die off completely. I just don't know if it'll bring back enough players like they think.
Yeah. I don't know. Time will tell. I feel like it made enough. I think it made enough of a wave in the beginning. People know about it and are kind of watching it. And I
Hmm.
think once we start getting to those updates about this time next year, I think a fair amount of people are going to come back to it. Will it ever have the 70, 80,000 like it did at launch? I don't think so. But
No, no.
if it could get up into the, holding 10, 20,000 players a day, I think that'd be pretty successful. And I think that's in the realm of possibility. That's my guess. Um, it once we start getting some of these features that can make it uh where you can sink more hours into it, I think. So yeah.
Mm,
That's what I think.
yep.
Ready for
So quick shot.
oh yeah. The first one I wanted
Ooh.
to talk about, this one's confusing, and I want to get your take on this, so if you can remember back. We talked about it a while ago. So there's a new game coming out from Mountaintop Studios. We've mentioned this just a little bit from time to time. The full reveal is actually August 1st, which is Thursday. A game deep dive, gameplay from creators and pros, hands-on impressions, the next major playtest. It looks like a cell-shaded Valorant. It appears to be some kind of bomb mode type game with specialists. It very, very Valorant-y.
I
And
mean, it's another variation of Counter Strike.
yeah, and I'm getting anyway. Yeah, we need more of these guys because there's not enough millions of players playing Valorant and CS:GO. This is the market to go after. I don't know why you wouldn't make this kind of game with an accessible shooting mechanic like Call of Duty. No, let's make one like there's already millions of people playing every day CS:GO and Valorant. Let's go after that market. Why? Anyway, smart. It's veterans from Respawn, Epic, Riot, Bungie, and more. So the studio, it's not slouches. Like they're veterans from the big studios that are making this. But what was weird was Shroud tweeted, "Been working on this game for a long time. Excited to show you guys." What's weird is I thought he was working on. Okay, he still is. It says so. Okay, on his Twitter profile it says he's working. He must be doing more than one. He's working with Project Astrid. That was the survival shooter with Sacriel that they're working on at Splash Damage. So I knew this game was coming. I did not realize Shroud was helping them, so that'll really help a lot with the marketing and stuff, and maybe make it play well for the CS:GO type folks. But I thought he was working on Project Astrid, but apparently he still is. So
with Splash Damage, yeah, looks like he still is
okay.
The creative executive creator. Interesting.
Project Astrid. So that's going to be a survival game that him and Sacriel and Splash Damage are working on.
I wonder what he was working on with the Mountaintop Studio game. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, and then scroll down, dummy. Someone said still working on that survival game too, and he said yuppers. So
damn. Okay, he's got a couple
irons in the fire.
Projects. Okay. I don't know. I mean,
wait, Mask, you've been testing this game all week?
What? Hold on.
So Mask in chat says it's Valorant-y, but wait until you see the main difference. It's pretty interesting and fun. Been testing it all week.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Right. Piqued my interest.
August 1st, full reveal. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Mask. All right.
Check it out.
I'll definitely keep an eye on it. I definitely I remember like Alar Prime got shut down, and I was kind of looking forward to that, even though it was like a Counter Strike ish game, but was a little bit different because of the 3v3v3. So I wouldn't mind getting into a game like this. I just can't handle the shooting mechanics in Counter Strike. Just not a fan. Same thing with Valorant too.
Are you gonna get your boy Crash into the playtest mask or what? So, all right. The next.
Quick shot.
Tell me about this stuff in Deadside with the base build and stuff.
Yeah, man. So they put out a video talking about it. They did make a Steam post that kind of broke everything down bit by bit. The video does cover everything, kind of like an overall view, and you get to see like the new base building mechanics and stuff like that. So it looks really cool. So their whole like look on base building is to make it easier, faster, but also where now it's going to be. Well, actually, let me just say what it is first, because then all of a sudden, Alex, I don't know how to say his last name, but Alex from Tiny Build put another post out there to kind of go to cover some of the things that people were kind of upset about. So the new things about base building is now there is going to be upgradable base builds. So you have your like twig foundation, and for a lot of people who play Rust, this might sound very familiar. You're going to have your twig foundation, your wood, and then your sheet metal or scrap metal is what it's called. So yeah, it's very Rust like. And I think Rust base building is actually one of the best base building mechanics, because it really makes it just very straightforward. Anyone can build a base. They even have it where instead of now your base being not rateable while you're offline, I guess it will be rateable, but instead of having a time limit on your base from decaying, now there's it's not a TC. I forgot. It's like your central hub. I forgot what it's called specifically, but it's basically, it looks like a giant cabinet where you put all your resources into it. So again, it is very much like a TC from Rust. And of course they showcased all of the decorative things. You could put like a foosball table, a rug, a table with chairs, lights finally are coming into the game, because holy crap, did I just play it today, and at nighttime it's so dark even with a campfire in your base. They have, you can mount animals on the wall, like animal heads and fishes, so I know you're excited for that, Crash.
Yeah,
show off your catches and your
he's got
kill.
a garage.
Yeah, and then on top of that, for the vehicles coming to the game, people were wondering, okay, cool, well, if I get a vehicles right now, if you get a boat and you leave a certain time away from it, it'll just disappear on you. Now you can actually lock a vehicle and have it in your base and it'll stay there. So now vehicles are now more integral to the game play, which is really cool. They also added a new version of a rating tool, which is like your dynamite charges. Again, very Rust like, because it's almost like a satchel charge, where it's, what they said is that it explodes. It's lower damage, but it's also kind of volatile, because you need to kind of stand back, because it has a, instead of C4 where it's you can detonate it remotely, this one has a fuse on it, and some fuses might be shorter than others, so you have to kind of be careful when you're throwing it and stuff like that. But the thing about explosions too, where rating it before would, if you put a C4 charge on a specific wall panel, it'll only destroy and damage that one specific panel. Now there's surface damage and surrounding damage. There's an area effect. So if you need to break down two walls at the same time, you kind of place it in the middle and break them at the same time. There's also like what's the word, like a foundation effect. So if you break the wall below, it'll destroy the wall up top. If you break the floor down below, it'll destroy everything from there. So yeah, raiding is going to be interesting. And that's their like 2.0 raid. Scrap metal, which also now you have to take sheet metal and then use like this table, or not this table saw. It's like this machine,
like a workbench thing.
Convert it. Yeah, well, it looks like some kind of industrial machine that you put it in, and then it turns it into scrap metal. So it goes from sheet metal to scrap metal. And then if you want to take logs and make it into like for your wood base, you have to take the logs, put them on a table saw pretty much, and use that, which is now powered by a generator. So now you have 3 different elements coming into it. Apparently scrap metal is going to be very prevalent as well too around the map, and it's going to be like piles of scrap metal that you can look through and just grab like a ton of. But like a generator that you gotta keep fueled up and stuff like that will be there. There's it's a different amount. Sadly though, I think this also made the reviews kind of go down the drain. It went from mostly positive to mixed recently. Within the last 30 days. I guess some people aren't excited for a lot of these changes. They're saying that, you know, people are, it's kind of the same thing. Everyone's saying it takes too long. People were upset about the offline rating and stuff like that. They thought this would be more of a casual version. They said it's just a copy paste version of Rust. So we'll see. But then Alex from Tiny Build, he's one of the lead developers. He mentioned, and I'll just actually state this from what he said, because he posted it the next day, and he said, "Hey everyone, Alex from Tiny Build here. Thanks for voicing your concerns regarding the upcoming updates. Heard loud and clear. Offline rating isn't something you're interested in, and I can totally see why. I'm also very happy about the feedback we're getting regarding other in-depth features. It's like TLDR, we need to find a way to allow players to secure their bases when logging off while controlling the amount of player-created structures on each server." So again, it was because of the whole people making bases and with alt accounts and never getting rated, because if you're not online, you can't drop a raid token. So they said they'll be prototyping a few ideas on this, and they want to hear what the ideas come from the community. The challenge is 3 factors: how to protect your base when offline, how to make online raiding clear, intuitive, risky, and rewarding, and all while keeping the server lag free. So he posted that on Steam as like a discussion, and which is nice, because again, they a lot of the complaints where it's like the team's not listening to us. And now here you have Alex here saying, give us some of your feedback. We want to hear what you guys have ideas on this. So yeah, there's that. There's also a dartboard coming as well. I don't know if you can play darts, but
I hope so.
I hope so too. There's a lot, man.
Live with all this stuff?
No, not yet. This is I don't even know what number this would be off the top of my head. Again, it's been a while since I've really like focused on Deadside, but now again, there's so much coming up. I believe this will be updates. Oh god, this is 12.2 that just been out for a minute now. So I guess update what? 13? I could be wrong. I could be, most likely I'm wrong. So yeah, 12.2's been out for a while. So yeah, that's what's coming to Deadside. As for, and you know, vehicles were the biggest ask for a very long time. So it takes a while, man. It takes people, expect vehicles to kind of work the second you drop them in. There's a lot more to it. You have to somehow make it where everyone sees the vehicle at the same time. Server connection, server reg, or hit reg, especially you can shoot a vehicle. There's just a lot when it comes to vehicles. Vehicle storage. Now you got to make it where a vehicle won't despawn and it'll be there when you come back. And yeah, there's a lot more to it.
Man, people are mad in the comments.
Yeah, have you? Yeah, go look at the comments on that video, man. So, I think that's why Alex had to say something, because it went from mostly positive reviews to mixed. So, jeez. Yeah, and mainly is because of people were like, they just don't want offline raids,
Yeah.
According to YouTube though, it still has a good, like to dislike ratio, but
the comments
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know how they fixed that, of like allowing online raids, but also making it so your base is protected offline. So
Yeah, that's a
And most of the times people are just saying, this is this is just a cheap Rust or cheap DayZ. So
yeah. There's just I was getting the general sentiment of people like, I can't play the game forever. Like as a solo player, I'm not gonna build a base. I can only play like a couple hours a
that
day.
too.
I'm not gonna build a
Yeah,
base.
and I'm the same way. I'm the same way. You know, at least for me, I can afford just losing a base. It's whatever. But I mean, yeah, it's even and also trading trader levels as well too. Um, that's another thing that people are kind of upset about. It's like, great, now we have to like level up traders. We have to worry about our base getting raided, you know, for a game that was supposed to be more of a casual survival shooter. So, and it's already teetering on such a small what was it, player count. I think right now it was
like 600 to 900.
I mean, it's a little bit higher than last time I saw. I remember it was like 300 before, back a little bit while ago. Yeah. So it's
kind
a
of
little
shame.
bit.
It's
better.
a really cool game, and I get it. Like that is kind of a nice peace of mind. Like when you're on the server, you're vulnerable, but when you leave, it just sucks that people can cheese that. But yeah, I don't know. What else?
I don't know how they fix that. We'll see though. We'll see. I kind of want to look at those the discussion comments on that Steam post to see what people say, you know?
Yeah. Are you ready for
quick shot? Another quick shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last thing I had for today was to talk a little bit about Arena Breakout. That release is imminent. Everyone is kind of pretty much thinking it's going to be sometime in August. There's not much July left, so it's going to be August action. I kind of wanted to get everybody's take on if they thought there was enough, man. Like, so they had the play test that went on weirdly long, and all they're really adding is a couple things. So, new optimization, they lowered the minimum graphics requirement to a GeForce RTX 960. So that's pretty crazy.
That's insane.
So if you want to talk about how to include everybody in your game, I mean, you could pretty much almost play this thing on a freaking Chromebook. There's a new map and boss is the main content. So there's only going to be 3 maps at launch: Farm Valley and the new Armory map, and then a new boss called Renoir. Sounds French. Hope he's better than the opening ceremony over there in France. A little shot at the Olympics there for you across the bow. The new features, kill cams, huge. Spectating, huge. Weather, not as huge. What I think is going to be really nice is the spectate. Kill cam's cool. That's helpful. People wanted that in Tarkov for a really long time. And again, this is basically the PvP part of Tarkov. Like, this game is like, take out the progression, like take out the leveling traders, the hideout building, that kind of stuff, and that's what this game is. So I thought they were going to do a bunch. I thought when they launched it on PC for everybody into early access, they would have almost everything that's in mobile, but they're still short quite a bit of stuff. The new weapons, they're going to add the M110, AR-57, and the Scar. Some new armored rigs, helmets, gas masks. Looks like the M32 headset and the wrist T face mask. But for me, for streaming and playing this game, like, spectating is so nice. Because if they're going to have it to where you hard die, at least, like, if I'm streaming it and I die and my squad mates are still alive, we can spectate and hang out and talk to chat and watch what happens next. Like, it was to be where, like, I'd be, you know, when you die and you're like, did you get him? It's like, or and your buddy's like, I'm trying. Like, did you get him yet? And now you'll be able just to watch, and it'll be cool to see if they get revenge.
Just sitting there looking at your inventory.
But yeah,
I mean, I want to see if there's ever a way for like spectate to be used as like a cinematic tool. would be nice as well too. You know, that's always my kind of
Yeah,
take on things. Is there like a free cam somewhere? Maybe
yeah, that'd be interesting.
maybe like a replay of your last raid. You know,
That'd be pretty cool. But it doesn't. Yeah, I guess new languages and stuff, but um, I don't know. I expected more here, but what's here, I guess, is pretty big. 3 maps is kind of rough, I think. The kill
that's
cam and
very rough,
spectate
actually.
features are the kill cam and
Then
spectate
again,
features are sick.
but Tarkov released 2 maps I think back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna it's
Yeah.
gonna look pretty good compared to Tarkov, no matter what you do. I just thought since they
Yeah.
had most of the game built out on the mobile side, that like we would get more
We could start.
closer to that
Yeah,
at launch, but it's gonna be fun. I can see myself hopping in and playing some of this. It's pretty fun. It's kind of like,
but then what happens when Delta Force Extraction comes out? You know,
dude, I still don't know, man. I'm still really like reserved about Delta Force, man. I want to talk about it.
I'm still very. Someone asked me about that too. It's like, how do you excited? I was like, I'm not excited for Delta Force. And I'm almost not. It's not like I'm even looking forward to it. I'm curious to see what happens in the releases, especially because it's just they copied a lot of things from other games, and you know, some things that they shouldn't have copied, like Specialist. But you know,
dude, the Specialist for me, like the Specialist was a huge reason I didn't like 2042. So I could see Specialist being a pretty big reason I don't like Delta Force. I really think that's like the elephant in the room that no one's talking about. Everyone's hyped for it. It's going to be the battlefield killer. The extraction mode is going to be the DMZ killer. And all that stuff's going to be there. It's going to be well optimized. It's going to run great. It's going to be like Arena Break. It's going to be like, what it looks like to me is Arena Breakout to Tarkov is what Delta Force is going to be to 2042. It looks like they ripped a lot of 2042. I mean, it's called Hazard Ops, and in 2042 it's called Hazard Zone. Like, what are we doing here? It's not that
seriously,
different. It's
and
not that
everything from the UI, the map spawning in, like the kill feed. Gosh, man, there's too much of that game that it's just insanely copied over. And again, the wrong. It's like I think I was watching a Level Cap podcast with him, Matimio, and Jack Frags, and they were like, "Cool, you copied Battlefield, but you copied the wrong one." Like,
yes.
It's like, thanks for giving us an alternative, but you copied the wrong one. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like the one thing I do like is the smoke, you know, from the your guy deploy. That's one of the things. Apparently I you can make a healing cloud too. Like if someone drops smoke and the medic puts, like, I don't know how they do it, but apparently there's a way to make like if a medic shoots a smoke grenade with their medic pen, apparently it'll expand and become like a healing smoke cloud. Like,
interesting.
Very, very interesting, you know, mechanics. I mean,
imagine if they would have did an essential copy of Battlefield 4 instead. Holy, like,
that's all we want.
Dang it, man. What if they would have done that? Pew.
Well, anyways,
so that's August 6th. So that next playtest is August 6th. I think I'm gonna get into it. I'm thinking about taking the day off work and trying to stream it to like YouTube and Twitch and stuff on that day.
You have to get keys for that specifically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Darn. Oh well.
On the 2nd. So. Yeah, if they give me keys, I don't know. It like Buff was saying, it's so hard to. Their communication with creators.
It's strange, man. I'm seeing like other creators like, oh, I have 15 keys, and another one's like, I have 3.
Yeah, I did that.
You know,
they said in the creator Discord, like, you, if you do that tweet for your community, they'll give out the keys. So like I did the tweet.
Is it depending? Oh, so did you get keys to give out, or
no? They give them out on the 5th, and I don't know if they give them directly to those people who won, or if they give them to me to give out. Or
that's so strange. Instead of like getting the keys ready for you beforehand,
yeah,
so that you can actually host a giveaway, you know, better. I don't know.
Yep.
So I know we did one with Incursion, but we used Gleam. .io, and then we already had keys. So once the winner was there, I found out he was on our Discord, and I just messaged him, "Hey, buddy, you won. You know, here's your key." You know, so
I don't
it
know.
was nice. That was kind of cool to be on the opposite side to say that to somebody. So. He's like, "What? Cool. Really? I never won anything."
That's me.
So, yeah. We'll see. Also, someone real quick because mentioned they mentioned if I don't know how to say it. I think it's Pioneer. I want to say Pioneer, but it's with one E.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And if it will come out before Stalker 2, I don't know. I'm kind of curious about that too. I don't know what. There's no release date on it. That's another PvPvE because they have like PvP zones and PvE zones. It looks like Borderlands meets Stalker, without the cell shade. You know, it's really far out there. So we'll see. There's going to be weird mutants, weird creatures, but then there's going to be a PvP element as well too. So yeah, I don't know. There's not enough. There's a lot of information about the gameplay and the story, but there's not any information about the actual release date. So who knows? I don't even know if it's releasing this year. I think it feels like it maybe a holiday release if I had to guess, but I mean that's such an empty guess from how much footage they put out because it looks like it's ready, but you never know. There's not even a playtest coming out as well too. Yeah, or Destiny. Yeah, it's like a Destiny meets Stalker with like a little bit of Borderlands ish of like just the way the combat looks. So,
right.
I don't know. It's that MMO RPG formula. So,
those are hard to get off the ground.
Like. Yeah, and you know if there's no proper support afterwards, if there's not a lot of content, hopefully maybe that's why they're taking forever because they're just getting it ready.
Yeah,
for said release.
That'd be ideal.
That's what I mean. Hey, that's what I said in the video for Stalker 2. I was like, just release it when you're ready. Like, say the week before, hey, we're releasing next week, or you know, how other games do ghost drops. You know, like, hey, we just make a quick teaser trailer, releases today. You know, now or something like that.
Boom.
You know, yeah, dude, that gets people excited more than another date to look forward to.
There's stuff out there to look forward to. Delta Force will be interesting, and I might want to put more time into Arena Breakout. I don't know. I know you're gonna be putting more time in the Hunt Showdown. Ooh, yeah, I might. Yeah. Ooh, I like Hunt Showdown. There's a big update, and now that I'm a professional Hunt Showdown player, I can talk about the update.
Yeah.
There's a big update coming August 15th, like huge. Like they might even change the name of the game. Like it's gonna be a big update.
Yeah.
New map looks sick. The other thing, did I talk about it on here? I don't know if I talked about it on here or on my stream about how the game director seemed cool as hell. Like he just seemed like he played the shit out of his own game. It was cool.
Yeah. It's cool when you see an actual team that plays their own game and genuinely enjoys it.
Yeah, that guy seemed like a Chad, man. He was talking about like how they play the game and like how the maps need to have these kind of flank routes and these things around the POIs, and like how they built to solve a bunch of the problems from the first one. They built this underground map tunnel and they wanted to capitalize. A lot of people love the verticality of being around structures, so that's why they decided to do it in the Rocky Mountains, so the map itself has verticality in the mountains. And like you could just tell he played the damn game, and it was refreshing.
He's a gamer as well too, not just a game developer.
Yeah, he seemed cool as hell. It was sweet.
And a PvPer again. He's like you said, like, he seems like a Chad. Yeah. Those flank. He's talking about flank routes and stuff. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about how we found it better, like when you're playing, to have 3 different exit routes and like entrances to POIs and have ways to get away and move around.
It makes sense actually, especially when it comes to like when I was hunting those when you go and you're trying to take the team that's currently fighting the current monster, especially when the X marks the spot and they're all there, and if there's 3 ways to come in, there's ways for you to watch out, ways for them to cover. Of course, you can set up traps and stuff like that too. Yeah. Set up, the spike bombs and stuff like that.
He was talking about trap gameplay and like how like people who like traps are playing it. Like it was cool. You could just tell he was well versed in how it worked.
Cool.
And I liked it.
Oh man.
So yeah, Hunt Showdown. What is today? Probably talk about that in one of the next two shows. Probably get a little bit more in depth of what's coming to Hunt. Because I could see see a bunch of people coming back to it. It's been out for a while, but it holds quite a few players, I think.
I mean, I remember when it first came out, it was like damn near unplayable for some people. It was so unoptimized. So
actually, baby.
Yeah. So the fact that it's doing very well is shout out to the dev team.
Yeah, it looks like it's like low at the low end. It's about 10,000 players and 24-hour peaks at 20,000. So
that's pretty good for. I mean, what? Let me see. When did Hunt Showdown release?
Looks like 2018, 2017, maybe.
Yeah, because I remember I was in the I was in the army 2018. Yeah, it launched into early access.
I'm just now playing it too. That's sick.
Yeah, I remember when I first played it. Man, it was scary when I first played it. Oh my god, I was so scared. I was playing on my like little gaming laptop at the time, and I was like scared of walking the swamps and stuff like that. It was a lot more darker, I say, back then. Now it's kind of like not lighthearted, but it's definitely a lot less scary now.
What's crazy, and these are the games like Rainbow Six did, where they start out with not much and they grow. The peak player count for this game was in June of 2023. So just last summer.
Wow.
Was the peak. So it wasn't like if you look at the Steam charts, it's cool to see. I'll pull it up here so people on stream can see.
Oh yeah, I see June 2023. Yeah.
So it's it's one of those games that's like built. It's dropped off a little bit lately at the hind end of 2024, but you can see from 2017 through 2020 all the way to 2023 at its peak, it just built.
I mean, it's very consistent right now. It's got your, your normal ebbs and flows of just like people get off, people get on, people get off, people get on, so
yeah,
it looks like 11 o'clock, looks like noon and 5 o'clock. So that kind of makes sense. And when people on the other side of the, world get off of work, they play. And when people in the United States and North America side get off of work, they get on, so yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty normal.
I think that overall trend of like slow growth, multi-year slow growth is the tell of like a successful shooter game.
That's actually hilarious. If you look at it, yeah, it's like 10 o'clock high players, 1700 high players, 10 o'clock, 17. That's so funny.
Yeah, I want to get more into it. It's cool to have another game to put into my mix because it's definitely pretty fun. I like the old school guns and shit too because.
Oh yeah, how did you feel shooting that? I was curious to ask about that. Man.
It's like it's refreshing to also have like not really much for full auto. It's cool to like be fighting. It's almost like snipers only, like just playing with bolties and lever guns and shit. I liked it a lot. It made it fun.
And maybe or like fun. The most you'll see is like the chain or the belt fed revolver or something like that. You know. That's about it. There is one, I think. Is there one machine gun?
I've heard there's one full auto gun.
Yeah, but it's so the recoil is intense. Like it's just, it's insane. It's like carrying a 13. I don't know. It's like a 1913 maybe. I don't know, something like that.
I was running the Winchester Centennial. It's hard to call. It's Winfield in the game, but the Winchester and like. I had the perk where you can like fan shoot it up close if you're hip firing. So I was dialed in with that.
Yeah,
I was killing other players with that thing like crazy, getting the head tap.
I love using like the bow. I don't know, something about just that can one shot someone. I remember watching Attack the Gamer video and he was throwing a spear. Which I saw that was in the game too, and he got a double kill. The last one, he threw the spear,
throwing knives and hatchets and shit. And like, there's a lot I haven't messed with, and brass knuckles and stuff. And
the melee weapons and stuff like that. Yep, always use blunt weapons. Don't use spiked.
Yeah, the blunt. You gotta use the blunt weapons on the flamers, or they'll burn you.
Yep.
I'm learning.
Freaking
learning slowly.
Learning. Have you fought the gator yet, or no?
No, some kind of tentacle bullshit got me in the water one time.
Oh, like the weird like
Yeah, but I
worm
haven't
looking
got the
things and
Gator
stuff.
boss
Yeah.
yet. There's a Gator boss.
Yeah, I think there's yeah. I don't know if it was a time limited event. I don't think so. I
No,
think
I
it might
think
be
I
still
saw it.
around.
I think I saw the Gator on this on it
That was
shows
like
your boss
I got back
icons in
into
the left,
yeah.
but we didn't find
'Cause
it.
when that update came out, me and Gibbs got back into it and we fought it and it was fun. Good. We had some good PvP as well too. We had some
Yeah,
really
it's
fun
got
PvP.
really good PvP. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. People been
And you gotta like burn the body so they can't, get their friend back up if
Yeah.
someone
Dude,
is there
I
and
have
stuff.
been
Yeah.
I've been royally pissing off people in my community because they've been trying to tell me to play it for years. Like, and they're like, "Oh, you're finally playing Hunt." And I'm like, "Dude, this game Hunt is so sick. I'm glad I thought of it all on my own." And they're like, "You didn't think of it." And I'm just like, "Oh man, I'm making people so
you
mad."
guys
I'm
should have
like,
told me
"Oh,
about
I'm
this a
so
long time
glad."
ago.
I'm like, "I'm so glad this was solely my idea and my idea alone that I came up with
You
playing
said
this
that.
game." And it's tilting everybody. It's
Oh,
fun.
man.
Trolling my community.
Oh, geez. Real quick, quick reaction on Project Leap. Do you care? Yes or no?
No.
Good. All right, me neither. All right. There you go. That's your answer there.
I'm trying to
I was
think
like,
of
what?
something that I care less about. It's hard right now.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Isn't that the one that did the weird stuff with like Fry and tried to take down his video? And
Yeah. Once that happened, man, I lost all faith in that. Or I mean, yeah, once this video came out, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about a game that has a known history for scamming. At least the people behind it specifically.
yeah, that's kind of like
Yeah.
cheating for me. Like once you did it, you're done.
Yeah. Once you cheat,
redo. Like those streamers that get caught and stuff, it's like you're done.
I mean,
In my book.
Yeah, most of the times their streaming careers ends.
Good. Get them out.
Get him out of here.
So, is that a program?
That's a pretty good program.
It's a good show today, man.
I'm excited to see what next week holds after August. What is next week? August 6th?
Next week is August.
No, it's right
Oh, it'll be the
before.
eve.
Dang it.
It'll be the eve of release.
Well, then, of course, every time.
Yep.
Yeah.
We still haven't got
not
Tencent on
breaking
board.
news. It came out at 1:47. Apparently, 0 hour. Forgot to mention this as well too. I saw on Twitter or X, whatever the hell it's called nowadays. It's officially X. It's not X.com. They prepared the trailer reveal trailer for their 1.0 release date, but apparently they're giving a heads up because it addresses apparently sensitive content, and the trailer is based on the new school map.
Ooh.
So, let's say players who are not comfortable playing it do not need to partake in it. This is the actual. Let me actually. This one's actually kind of interesting because it's pretty big. Yeah, they don't need to partake in it. Additionally, the game will immediately end if players attempt to shoot students. So there's gonna be kids running around the map, bro.
Oh my god.
I don't know how I feel about this. I didn't think the game was still going, to be honest. I'll be completely honest. I thought it was completely dead. I mean, I think the Steam charts are, they're 94 playing 41 minutes ago at a 24-hour peak of 129 players. So the fact that they're even coming out with a 1.0 release, let alone a very sensitive trailer.
I think if players try to shoot students, it should just flag them with the FBI and they come to your house.
Yeah, immediately gets flagged and their location gets revealed. Yeah. I'm curious how they said they have the utmost respect for those who have experienced similar traumatic events and understand the importance of maintaining sensitivity. I mean, Ready or Not has done some pretty crazy stuff too, like the club.
Yeah. Well, in that dude's house with all the trafficking stuff. Like,
Yeah. And I know people for sure have, I know like even here in Florida, we've had some moments like that. So it's I
think it's the way. I think the thing that saves it for me is if you go to shoot students, it kicks you out. Like you're done. Like I think that it keeps people from cheesing it. It keeps people from playing it incorrectly. And it keeps the subject serious. I think it's okay to have serious subject matter in video games, and them doing that mechanic, I think, makes it okay for me.
Yeah,
it keeps it serious. And I mean, these things, unfortunate, like, I don't even know what the right word is, but the only one I can think of is unfortunately. It's beyond unfortunate. It's horrific and terrible that this stuff does happen. So making a game about it, I guess, is on the table.
So shout out to T-Mask. I'm about to get his watching game. Hell yeah. I didn't even know you had a watch, bro. Hell yeah. It's a T800. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, that game is dead. But we'll see. That'll make the news at least. This will make the news. Yeah, this might spark it back up, I think. Because I thought the PvP was kind of fun. That's
the one.
repelling.
I'm trying to think of that game. I think I own it, but it's like where you can like cut the power outside, and like you have like a draw up table where you can draw up what you're gonna do in the raid.
Correct. Very, very early R6 days. Yeah. It's you have the and it's like their SWAT team has night vision, but the enemy team only has flashlights. So it's either you have a flashlight, but you can blind the person, but you're also giving away your position. So it's like, it'll be interesting. I still remember the one time I got an ace on that game. It was the greatest flank ever.
Get some aces in Rainbow Six, man.
Well, see, that's another game too. That's like, so for me too, it's like R6, a lot of operators, a lot of things to learn.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that. And for me, 0 Hour was just simple. All the weapons kind of, they have their own variation of recoil and stuff like that, but everyone shoots the same. It's there's no crazy hero mechanics. There's no operator, special bonuses. You're either a terrorist or you're SWAT. That's it. And all you need to learn is like map layout. That's pretty much it, and you're golden. So it was very easy to go into. Again, it was very it felt bad when it first came in, but it was like, yes, finally, this is what I wanted. And then the player base died. So
nice.
Yep.
It had potential.
Now it's a show.
So, all right, that's a show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Audio listeners, thank you so much. If you guys made it to the end, you're incredible. Can't thank you enough for that. If you guys want to support the show, leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It helps out. Also, share the thing around. Be a friend, tell a friend, bring someone back with you next week. And we'll be back talking about what happens with FPS between now and then. Next week will be weird because it'll be like Delta Force Eve. It'll be the day before, but we'll figure it out. We always do. We'll come hang out, talk about stuff, and it'll be sweet. So thank you guys so much. Godspeed. Have a great week, and we'll see you on the other side.